So, allegedly, shout out to Josh Robbins. Bradley Beal says he has decided his Wizards' future, but will keep it mum. And he has also said that hella people have hit him up. But again, he's going to keep it mum. Now, of course, after that article is released on The Athletic, guess what happens? Another sources come in. The Los Angeles Lakers, according to Eric, I will butcher your name, from Yardbarker, Eric Eulau, and as well as Noah Trister of Basketball News. The Lakers want Bradley Beal, which contradicts. Well, it doesn't contradict. So, all the reports we have heard is that Bradley Beal isn't going to pass up $250 million and go to another team. And he has kept it mum, but all his teammates and everyone in the organization, it seems like they're working under the understanding that Bradley Beal is resigning. However, with this Lakers news, let's get right into it. I want to hear your thoughts down below in the comment section. What do you guys think of this and what will happen? Why and how? Let me hear it down below. Like and subscribe for 150 videos a month. However, it sounds like the return, if great enough, Los Angeles will ship out every possible first-round pick. In a recent episode of The Void podcast, Ringers, Kevin O'Connor suggested that the Lakers have some level of interest in trying to acquire Wizards guard Bradley Beal. The one name that he's heard is Bradley Beal's another guy that they very much want. Kevin O'Connor did say he is unsure if the interest is actually mutual, but Beal is some guy that Miami would be more of a threat to take it away from Washington than the Lakers. And you can't also rule out Boston either because of his relationship with Jayson Tatum. But the Lakers are trying to angle some moves to use Russell's expiring to 27th and 29th. And in the last couple of weeks, Bradley Beal's future has become a lot clearer. At this point, the Washington Wizard star isn't tipping his hands, but when asked about how he expects the start free agency to go, he goes crazy like it always is. And when expected to approach his own contract situation to play out, his response was, "My situation? Crazy probably." Damn, I just hit my microphone. How bad did that sound? It's on a boom arm, but I hit the boom arm trying to grab my coffee. Okay, so the Wizards aren't taking back Russell Westbrook. No. We were able to get rid of him. We ain't taking him back. Now, what do we do? The Wizards. My thought, honestly, is that the best thing for us to approach this situation is if it could be a multiple team trade. They send out Russell Westbrook. If they can give us, I'm fine with getting like 1 or 2 first round picks. I'd rather it be in a more soon draft and unprotected than a later draft. If we only get 2 unprotected recent first round picks, I want like 5 to 6 players, good ones. And under league rules, the longest and most expensive contract Beal could sign with any other team would be a 4-year deal worth a maximum total of roughly $184 million, even if it is a sign and trade. The Wizards would not be allowed to complete a sign and trade that would involve Bradley Beal without his consent, but knowing Beal's relationship with the franchise, he definitely would give him the consent, kind of how like Chris Paul did to the Clippers when they traded him to the Rockets so they could get something back for him. And I know Bradley Beal would be the type of guy to do that. But correct me if I'm wrong, when you do a signing trade, the team that is trading that player can only take back half the salary. So they would only be able to take back $92 million in salary. And personally, look, obviously this past season was a disappointment for Beal, not just because of the injury or because the Wizards finished 35-47, but they just, they finished well outside the playoffs. And playing under Unseld and a bunch of new teammates, Beal struggled for his standards. He averaged, team high 23.2 points and a career best 6.6 assists, but he shot 45% from the field and a career low 30% from 3. And Beal has said he wanted to fix everything in his game, become more effective on the defensive end. And when you look at for trade packages on Bradley Beal, it's interesting because what would be an acceptable package for Bradley Beal? You know, I want to hear your thoughts right there. I think it's just really hard. I'm trying to find online deals that would make sense, and girlfriend called me, but this is the only deal I could actually imagine. I don't think this deal would happen, honestly, but Scott Brooks is the lead assistant for Chauncey Billups on the Portland Trailblazers, and I assume Scott Brooks is probably Russell Westbrook's biggest fan. And in this deal, it would send Russell Westbrook and Rui Hachimura to the Portland Trailblazers. Trailblazers would use all their trade exceptions, and they would send the Milwaukee 2025 pick unprotected to the Wizards. The Wizards would get the 2027 and the 2029 pick from the Lakers. They would also get Talen Horton-Tucker, Kendrick Nunn, Justice Winslow, and Eric Bledsoe. They would waive Bledsoe because only $4 million of his contract is guaranteed about, and they could keep Justice Winslow if they want, probably not. And the Lakers get Nazir Little, Ish Smith, and Bradley Beal signs like a $180 million deal, and get a second round pick from Portland in this year's draft because they want a second round pick, probably some cash considerations. So Portland gets themselves Russell Westbrook and a Damian Lillard, Anthony Simons backcourt with Rui Hachimura at small forward or power forward. You could add, like in this trade too, that they send the 7th pick to the Hawks or the Pistons for either John Collins or Jeremy Grant. And yeah, the Lakers get a backup point guard or a guy who could be a spot starter. They get another depth power forward, small forward. They get Bradley Beal. Wizards get 3 first-round picks, 2 young guys in Nunn and Horton-Tucker. They get to clear cap space by waiving Bledsoe and Winslow. I think that's not bad. I mean, they get better defensively, arguably. Yeah, I don't think it'll happen.